Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. My name is Stritecky. I happen to be head of the Department of Security Studies here at Charles, and I've got a great pleasure to welcome you here at Charles and welcome you to Prague. We are extremely happy and honored that we can host this brilliant event. I'd like to start, as is usually the case, with a couple of thanks and gratitude. So first of all, I'd like to thank our rector, Professor Králíčková, who decided to sponsor this event, and it's the main reason for which we can actually spend, 2 beautiful days in these great historical premises. This is actually the location where the university was founded almost 700 years ago, and we tend to believe that there is some intellectual tradition and some intellectual spirit here. So thank you very much for that. I'd like to also thank very much to all our colleagues from the European Initiative for Security Studies. You did a great job, organizing the entire event, and the cooperation was extremely smooth, and all things seems to be working. And again, you've been doing a great job, and this is becoming perhaps the most important security, specifically security related event on European continent, and we are also really happy that we could contribute at least a bit, to this process. And finally, I'd like to thank a lot to my colleagues from the department, who invested a lot of time and energy into organizing this event and arranging all the practicalities, and also I'd like to extend my thanks to people here from the rectorate who also helped us a lot with arranging all technicalities. So thanks for that. This is the 7th annual convention, if I'm not mistaken, and I think the world back in 2016 or 17 was pretty turbulent. But I guess we all agree that it's been perhaps even worse in the past, 2 or 3 years. So it seems to be even more pertinent and relevant to gather together and discuss the latest developments and the way how security structures reshape and develop. We tend to tell our coming master security students that security is a prospective field. It is perhaps not the best news for the world, but it's rather good news for security professionals. We believe that events like that have still more and more sense. And finally, things are happening all the time. Some of us might have been watching football last night, and during the game, I somehow noticed that there was a military coup in Bolivia, for example, and I would also connect it with a very interesting visit that we had in Prague, official visit, political visit, because Javier Milei, Argentinian president, a very strong personality, was visiting Prague earlier this week. And I think it's a great reminder of the fact that even if we are extremely concerned about our European security and about things that are happening in the Eastern Europe, it's definitely important to understand that the world is getting really smaller and smaller, and I'm really glad to see that there are a lot of people here among us who actually also deal with with things that go well beyond the transatlantic space, because these are extremely relevant agendas that will definitely influence our lives. So with that all said, I really wish you a successful event and successful conference. I really hope you enjoy your time here at Charles, but also that you the city. The weather might be even too nice, perhaps, but I think it promises some nice, beautiful evenings and nights. So I really do hope that you generally enjoy your stay here. So thank you very much for coming, and have a great conference.
Well, thank you, Vít, and dobre ráno vám všem. Vítejte v Praze. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Prague. It's great to see so many friends in one room. My name is Hugo Meijer. I'm the founding director of the European Initiative for Security Studies, EISS, and I'm really thrilled to kick off this two-day conference. We have a stellar lineup, so I really can't wait to get into our conversations. We are very grateful to Stritecky Charles University. I mean, this is, as you said, it's a beautiful city. The venue is wonderful. So thank you so much for hosting us. So on EISS, as many of you already know, the goal of EISS is to provide the largest forum and network for scholars in the field of security studies in Europe, with the goal of trying to consolidate a truly European field of security studies. And so we really have three main ambitions. It's quite simple. We want to federate a European field of security studies. We want to promote academic excellence as best as we can. And we want to nurture the development of a new generation of European scholars in the field of security studies. So a lot of the recent initiatives in the past years have really been tailored and focused on PhD students and early career academics. And so to this end, to try to achieve these three goals, we have a variety of initiatives. So of course, we have this annual conference, which is coordinated by Nicolas Blarel, who is where? There he is. So please, he has been the mind and the brains behind this conference. So please thank Nicolas for all. And so the annual conference is organized on a rotating basis every year in a different European country. So last year we were in Barcelona, before we were in Berlin. We will tell you later where we'll be next year, but every year is in a different country. We will also deliver the European Security Studies Best Paper Prize for early career academics. And since this year, the prize is delivered in partnership with the Journal of Strategic Studies, because since this year we have a partnership between EISS and the Journal of Strategic Studies, and we're really happy for this brand new partnership. And JSS, the Journal of Strategic Studies, is here represented by Chiara Liliteller. So thanks for being here. In addition to the annual conference, we also have the Coercive Statecraft Symposium. So this is coordinated by Tim Weiss, together with also Elisa Görge and some contribution of myself. This is the multi-annual research project that investigates how states use non-military force to compel other states. So it's really about the coercion strategies, using sanctions, cyber attack, targeted killings, covert operations, and you name it. We had the first successful event in Florence at the European University Institute, and we'll have another event in November, most likely in the Netherlands. And we're working on a special issue, which is derived from this, which is specifically on coercive statecraft. We also have a policy workshop. So this is our way at EISS to build synergies between scholars and policymakers. That takes place every year in Brussels. It's coordinated by Antonio Calcara. And the goal is really, so it's co-organized by EISS, the NATO Defense College, and the Center for Security and Diplomacy and Strategy. And it brings together some few key selected scholars to interact with EU and NATO policymakers. And the topic for this year, and it also will take place in November, is going to be military strategy and technology in an era of great power competition. We'll send a call for papers out in late August, early September, so stay tuned. Finally, we also have a summer school. So that's Euroswamos. We organize this summer school in Berlin. This is coordinated by Marina Henke, Mauro Gilli, and essentially it's the European branch of the very famous SWAMO, which is the summer workshop on the analysis of operations and strategy, organized at Cornell. And the goal is really to provide some foundational knowledge to PhD students and early career academics on defense and security issues. We had 2 very successful editions. Now we're looking for funding to make sure that we can continue this. Okay, so turning to the conference today, I think we have a terrific lineup. Maybe I should say one logistical point for those of you presenting with a PowerPoint. You should either use a USB stick, or you can send your presentation at the address which you find on this small piece of paper. So this is eisconference@gmail.com. All right, so we'll have 3 roundtables. The first one, chaired by Tim Weiss, is titled Debating the Future of Europe. Our second roundtable will be Navigating the Job Market, and this again is really tailored for PhD students and early career academics, chaired by Nicolas Blarel. And our third roundtable will be on Gender Inclusion and Diversity in Security Studies, which will be chaired by Sharka Komashova. And here there is something important I'd like to mention. And it's that we as a board of EISS, because EISS is a governing board, so we have done and do our utmost best to promote and ensure the diversity and inclusiveness in our lineup of speakers and in the program. But clearly it's not enough. So we're far, far, far from where we'd like to be. And so maybe this is something that we could discuss at the roundtable, which would be the good venue to discuss the challenges in achieving real inclusiveness and diversity. All right, we also have a poster session, which is a new thing for EISS, where scholars present their work in the form of posters. This will be tomorrow. And last but certainly not least, we have a keynote speech by Richard Wrangham, who is here with us. We are really privileged and honored to have you here, Richard. The keynote speech will be on the evolutionary anthropology of war, and I think it's going to be absolutely fascinating. Richard is by far the leading scholars in the field of evolutionary anthropology of war, and what I discovered working on these things is that the field of evolutionary anthropology and the field of security studies, for some reason, have worked in parallel silos with virtually no interaction, except for 1 or 2 exceptions. So I think that the dialogue will be very interesting, and so I hope it can be very enriching, certainly for us, and I hope for you too, Richard. Okay, so to conclude, this is a collective effort. This is really a team effort, so there's a lot of people I would like to thank, both at Charles University and EISS. Again, we're enormously grateful for everything you've done. We're grateful also to Jakub Čapek, and all the students and all the interns who have contributed in making this conference possible. At EISS, again, Nicolas Blarel, thank you, because you have coordinated and have done an amazing work. The team within EISS that has been actively involved in organizing this conference includes Silvia D'Amato, Lisa Gerge, Flavia Gasbari, Sharka Kolmasova, Marco Weiss, and Marie Robin. And as always, I'm enormously grateful for our exceptional team, John Helfrich, Eugenio Sanchez, Arthur Laudrin. As always, they've done an amazing work. And I also want to thank Eva Castelletti, who is doing an internship at EISS and who has helped and done really precious work for making this conference possible. All right, so I've talked enough. Maybe just one last thing is that before the cocktail, we'll tell you where the next EISS is going to take place. And I think you're going to like it. Okay, so enjoy these 2 days, and Tim, the floor is yours.